What's up, everybody? So, today we're going to be talking about Tesla. So, as you know, the Tesla stock has been down. It was up today. It was up today by 2%, but it's been down recently over the last. It's kind of coming back, but yeah, as you can see, it's kind of come down from its highs in last year in December. So, what I want to get into is obviously this is the website. It's the website here, and as you can tell, this is clearly a Tesla ad. Not so. What I want to get into though is that Tesla stock has been down. Is this a buying opportunity for you potentially in the market, or somebody who's interested in getting involved in Tesla? So Tesla settles lawsuit over autopilot crash that killed Apple engineer. So Tesla has settled a wrongful death lawsuit brought by the family of Walter Huang, an Apple engineer. So he died after his Model X SUV with autopilot feature switched on crashed into a highway barrier in California. So as you can see, that's a picture. So they settled this lawsuit, and of course, people were probably, not probably, but were pretty negative towards like how that all happened, how they're kind of involved and whatnot. So that is really unfortunate to see right there. But moving on, obviously you can look up this article. Tesla settles lawsuit over autopilot crash that killed Apple engineer. So pretty much, they settled it, and then they ended up dying in the Model X. So it's very unfortunate. But trying to stay away from the negative, what I want to talk about is this an opportunity to buy? So thank you, Praz, for this article here. This one's called Tesla Robotaxis, which has been a big conversation of the market and a lot of analysts and whatnot. Robotaxis, Wall Street weighs in on Elon Musk's latest gambit. So Tesla stock closed up almost 5% on Monday as CEO Musk provides a robotaxi reveal on the 8th of August. So for people who own Tesla, they're very excited to see that come out. And the FB, is it the FBWD? Anybody who's involved in Tesla knows, but the kind of free trial of the autopilot has kind of come out, but it's not officially done. But there are some updates coming. Obviously, Tesla has updates all the time on their Teslas. So Musk's announcement of Tesla's robotaxi after the bell on Friday followed a Reuters report that Tesla had canceled plans to build a long-awaited sub-$30,000 EV, which, as you know, would make it more affordable for a lot of families and would thus help them sell more. Workers said that Tesla would instead focus on self-driving robotaxi, with Musk responding on X that it was lying again. So, before returning to the platform later to announce the unveiling of the robotaxi, generally understood to have no steering wheel or pedals, it's still an open question whether Tesla will eventually unveil a low-cost EV. So this is obviously the stock price. I've probably been buying here for a couple of years, but doesn't matter. I just want to talk about, is this a good opportunity, or is it, do you personally believe that Tesla can come out with these robotaxis, develop another part of their business that will exponentially help them make money? Do you think that could be successful? Because there's the likes of companies like Uber and Lyft that are already doing this, but they're just doing it through other people's cars, not through their own, right? So let's see if they can do it. If the shift away from Model 2 is once again confirmed, the Tesla bull case would then presumably be that in light of solid improvement in its autonomous tech, Tesla has decided to press its unique AI and software advantage through a focus on robotaxi, which few OEMs could imitate, and that would command more favorable economies, Rosner said on the bull side of the thesis. The bear side, however, is that Tesla has given up a key reason why many own the stock. The Model 2 is a volume play that would re-accelerate volume margins and free cash flow. Rosner said, It would also mean the bull thesis is based on Tesla cracking the code on self-driving, which is definitely a possibility. So all these cars that they're sending out there, they're getting all this data, and it's just going to continue to build on that, theoretically. It also would mean the bull thesis is based on a Tesla cracking the code on self-driving, which would require navigating a number of regulatory hurdles, which is kind of what it seems like they're going through a lot of that right now in the news. So, and acquiring enough data to train the software, which is essentially what they're doing with all these different cars that are being tested out, and they're trying different things and stuff like that, right? So Rosner also has a buy rating on the stock and a 189 price target. So the stock's at 176 right now, 88. So that could be a potential good buy if he's rating it as a buy. On the flip side, noted Tesla bull Keeney at ARK Investing believes the long-term potential of Tesla is largely tied up in self-driving and autonomy, which is very true. Like, imagine if they can come out with cars that can just drive themselves. They can just have their entire fleet where they're just making majority of that money, pretty much all of it. So it'd be a really great thing for their business model. As with AI, Keeney said that the data is the key to training models and getting to a working model of self-driving. She said Tesla's FSD, beta is nearly there, noting that Tesla is accumulating 2.5 million miles of self-driving data from every customer every day. Wow! So competitors like Waymo have only logged a little over 10 million miles since the beginning of the project. So Tesla's not far away, and Waymo's been doing this for a while. So we think this is going to be the drive the future of Tesla. When we look out 5 years, we think it'll be 2/3 of the enterprise value in 5 years. We're super excited about it. So this is a Super Bowl article about Tesla, even though it's only a 189 buy, still super, super bull here. Not sure how I feel about that. I don't really want to watch this, but 75% of teens say investing is important to them, but only 23% of start. Do you think that's true? I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know a lot of people that are investing at 16. I'm talking about coins? Probably. But moving on. So Tesla is also set to launch a robotaxi where the industry stands now. So GM is set to resume testing of its Cruise robotaxi in Phoenix, while Elon Musk announced on Friday on a post on X that Tesla will be unveiling its robotaxi on the 8th. Google's self-driving unit Waymo has begun to roll out its self-driving unit in Phoenix in conjunction with Uber Eats. Okay. It's also been operating in San Francisco and recently launched in Los Angeles. So it looks like they're trying it in like certain larger cities, which seems smart. Fujita joins the live show to break down. I'm not sure if we're going to watch that or not. Let's see. Oops.
This is according to a new report here from Bloomberg, and coming just days after grounding its fleet last year. Now, just last week, we saw Tesla's CEO Elon Musk saying that the EV maker is also planning to unveil a driverless taxi in August. So here to break all this down, the path forward that we could expect, Yahoo Finance reporter Akiko Fujita.
Akiko Fujita.
Good morning to you, Shauna. Let's start with that Bloomberg report first. With that report saying that Cruise has been in talks with officials from roughly 20 cities to try and resume operations following things being halted last year. We have reached out to GM for confirmation about these tests resuming in Phoenix. Haven't heard back just yet, but a spokesperson from GM telling Bloomberg that they have not set a timeline for deployment and that the company's in the process of meeting with officials in certain markets to gather information. Now, any retesting would certainly be a big comeback, as you said, after what has been an incredibly rough patch for GM over the last 6 months. In October of last year, GM, of course, halted self-driving operations in California. This coming after their license was suspended. Their license to operate was suspended back in California. Now, that came after Cruise
Are you buying GM?
Was involved in an incident or several accidents. In one incident, a passenger was dragged roughly 20 feet under a Cruise car. That led to the founder and CEO of GM's Cruise resigning roughly a month later. Now, even as Cruise struggles, though, to restart its operations, Waymo, which is, of course, Google's self-driving unit, has really been surging ahead. Google's self-driving unit launching its fully autonomous ride-hailing service in LA last month after months of trials. That's in addition to the services they've already been operating in San Francisco and Phoenix. They're now testing its service in Austin in hopes of launching later this year. Just last week, of course, the company launched fully autonomous food deliveries with Uber Eats in Phoenix, part of an ongoing partnership Waymo has with Uber. Now, just to put in context, the growth that we have seen from Waymo between December and February alone, Waymo taxis logged 1.4 million driverless miles. That is a 42% jump from the previous quarter. That's according to data from California Public Utilities Commission. Now, that certainly points to the demand that we have seen in these select markets that Waymo's been operating in. But that leads us to where the broader adoption is going. And of course, last week, we got that big announcement from Elon Musk saying that Tesla would be unveiling its robo-taxi in August of this year. Now, there's been a lot of questions about just how reliable that technology is going to be coming from Tesla, given what we have.
The question is, would you do a robo-taxi like to dinner with your family or something? So, continue.
Over the last several months, Elon Musk, of course, has been teasing out the potential of a robo-taxi leading back to 2016, but we did get a Tesla recall back in December. 2 million vehicles recalled for a software update after regulators pressured the company and raised questions about just how reliable their autopilot system is, guys.
Well, Akiko, speaking of that, we have a result from this lawsuit over the fatal crash involving Tesla's autopilot system. I wonder if you can talk to us a little bit about what the latest is on that.
It's not good.
Yeah, this is a settlement of a car crash that happens back in 2018 involving
still, like, keep
an
your hands
Apple
on the wheel.
software engineer who
Tesla
died
comes
driving.
out a lot and says that some of these people just are not keeping their hands on the wheel. So maybe that's a thing. Maybe it's not. Let's continue the video.
Using Tesla's autopilot system. Now, the family blamed defects in the autopilot technology, saying it didn't have enough safeguards in place to avoid a crash. Now, the terms of the settlement have not been made public, but certainly any kind of trial for Tesla would have really put this software under scrutiny, public scrutiny, I should say.
Okay, they're going to be under public scrutiny for the rest of this company's life, most likely, because they're going to try to tear them down. But moving on from the video and what's going on in the market, here on the website, you can pretty much see their press release, Tesla vehicle production and deliveries, and date for financial results and webcast for the first quarter 2024. So in the first quarter, we produced over 433,000 vehicles and delivered approximately 387,000, deployed 4,053 milliwatts of energy storage in products in quarter one. So decline in sales is partially due to the early phase of production ramp on the updated Model 3 at our Fremont factory and factory shutdowns resulting from shipping diversions caused by the Red Sea conflict and an arson attack at the Gigafactory in Berlin. So the question is, do you think Tesla is falling or has a future to go upwards and be maybe kind of like Apple, maybe like these stocks that you see just explode after a couple of years of being a very public company? And Tesla's been a pretty public company for a while now here. So maybe there's another jump, or maybe Tesla's going to continue to crash like it looks like it has for the past year. And let's see, I mean, I know that it was pretty high last year at some point. So what do you think is happening really in the grand scheme of things? Oh, sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties there. So here we go back to here. Oh, I wanted to look up Tesla, and its current stock price now is 176, but let's see where it's been over at least the past year. So, I mean, there has been a lot of negativity in the market, and we still are seeing all-time highs so it's not going to load right now, I guess. So I guess that will do the video. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching the video.